In the end, the outcome will always be the same for everyone. Arthur Schopenhauer already said,
"Death is the only definitive escape from suffering."
you've probably had that feeling of being lost, not knowing what to do, and that the only quick and easy solution would be the final and definitive one, the death. But now I'm going to tell you why this option would, by far, be the worst one you could ever choose. First, have you already lived and experienced everything you want? I mean, from the most trivial things to the most important ones, like driving that dream car, traveling to Sweden to experience the culture, or even having a family. Now, let me guess, you've never experienced any of that. And do you know why? For thousands of years, our brain evolved to avoid anything unknown. So all that fear you feel when trying something new is perfectly normal. However, that very same feeling is what keeps you from growing in life. You don't start that business because you're afraid it might fail. You don't approach the girl you're in love with because you're afraid of being rejected. And when you put all of that together, in the end you feel frustrated because time passes and you see no progress. You're always in the same place. And all of this happens because of one feeling, the fear. So now you're probably asking yourself, how do I overcome this feeling? How do I stop being afraid and start achieving things? And the answer is simple. You can overcome any fear with just 3 steps. Step 1, the 3-second rule. Basically, you take action in less than 3 seconds. Most of the time, we fail to act because we focus too much on the possible downsides, even when they seem irrelevant. If you see a girl on the street and think she's attractive, but you spend more than 3 seconds wondering whether you should walk up to her and introduce yourself, you won't do it. And that happens because you've already imagined she won't like you or something else will go wrong. Before you even try, you're already insecure with low self-esteem and you end up doing everything wrong. Step 2, fake it until you make it. You've definitely heard this phrase at some point, and it really works. We, as human beings, are heavily influenced by first impressions. So if you pretend to be something, everyone will assume you actually are. If you dress well, with clothes that fit and match your body, you project an image of confidence. The most important thing to achieve anything, from money to women, is confidence. Even in moments when you're feeling down, if you start repeating to yourself, "There's nothing wrong with me," you can fool your own brain into believing you're fine, helping you get out of that state. Or just have a whiskey on the rocks. That helps a lot too. Step 3, consistency beats everything. This is the part almost everyone ignores. You don't need to be the smartest, the strongest, or the bravest. You just need to show up every single day. Fear loses its power when you repeat the action. Courage isn't a feeling. It's a habit. If you do something once, you get scared. If you do it twice, you start getting used to it. If you do it every day, it becomes who you are. People don't change overnight. They change through repetition. So whatever you want, a better body, more money, confidence, skills, it all comes down to one thing: daily, boring, relentless consistency. The world doesn't reward perfection. It rewards persistence. So in the end, everything comes down to one truth. Your life only changes when you change. Fear will always be there, in every choice, in every dream, in every step into the unknown. But fear was never the enemy. In fact, it was the compass pointing you toward the life you're supposed to live. You've spent years doubting yourself, waiting for the right moment, imagining a future that never arrives. But now you know the truth. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to begin. 3 seconds of courage, a bit of confidence, even if you have to fake it, and the discipline to show up every single day. That's all it takes to rewrite your story. Not tomorrow. Not next week now. Because the worst choice you could ever make is leaving this world without even trying to live. Asterisk, asterisk. So take the first step today. Your future self is waiting.